your voice, man. After all these years, man, what's the key to keeping your voice so fresh in a world of, younger artists with the tenor voices? You have that low baritone. How were you able to keep that going so many years? And what's your approach to your vocals?
Well, your voice is your voice. My voice changed when I was about 14 years old to what you're hearing right now. Yeah, I was the freaky kid, Well, like who can come up to the board? I'll come up to the board. So I've been speaking and singing like this since I was about 14, and blessed to have, I guess what people consider to be a very nice singing voice. Um, when I was younger, I did have a higher voice. I mean, I used to, try to sing along with the Peabo Brysons and the Eddie Kendricks and the, Smokey Robinsons and all that of the world. But you got to work with what you get. You got to play the hand that you're dealt. So the way music has changed now, at least the way radio is playing music today, there aren't many baritones, which is what I am, left.
Right.
Or actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. We're out there, but we're not in fashion. So.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few survivors myself, someone like a Gregory Porter. We're like the ones that radio still embraces. So, you got to play the hand that you're dealt. If the lane is completely open, drive it.
Take it.
You know, nobody want to sing low. Y'all, okay, I'm the one. All right, well, cool, let's go. So that's what it is. And, people like it. The women think it's sexy, so we put the music around the voice, and the two meet, and God willing, everyone has a great night.
Do you think that low end style will ever come back to where it used to be? Because you had those crooners back in the day, man. I mean, you can just name them all, But do you think it'll ever come back?
Oh, without a doubt. Without everything that's old, for lack of a better phrase, becomes new again. I mean, the things are, they go in cycles. 1 minute, people are into slow songs, and then you're into something up tempo. Then we go back to slow songs, and as far as content, sometimes we're into conscious things, and then we sing about love, and then all of a sudden we go back to conscious, and we kind of go back and forth, and we go round and round. So it'll always be here. I'm sure that there'll be someone who is cursed with the same thing that I got cursed with at 14, and they'll incorporate the low voice along with whatever the sound of the day is. I mean, I got it from someone, the style from someone might potentially get it from me, and on and on and on and on and on and on. So it's never going to go anywhere. It's just, the right song has to be around the right vocal, and then it might become in vogue again. It might become in fashion. Yeah.
Are there any young artists out there that have that vocal style or that low end vocal that you've heard out there that you listen to?
Off the top of my head, no. Still the high singing brothers are still in charge.
Yeah. Wow, man.
They're in charge right now. So, Nas. But hey, good for me.
I know that's right. I hear you on that.
Yeah, you still feel like you're unique. You still feel like there's a place in the world for you. So, hey man, I'm gonna ride this thing, until the wheels fall off, or what they say, this ain't gonna stop till the casket drops. So, hey, let's roll.
I tell you, man, I'm one of your biggest fans because I'm a baritone singer myself. But you do a lot of cover music, and my thing is, what's your favorite tune to cover? Which one was your favorite tune to cover?
Well, you know what, they all have been. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think that I could bring something to it, and that I thought was going to be, unique and go number one, or put plaques on my wall or whatever, or put some money in my pocket, or make me feel good, or make others feel good. So they have all kind of been like that. I mean, I've done Stevie Wonder songs. I've done Angela Bofill, she did I Try. So I did like the male interpretation of that song to represent the brothers in that case. So yeah, man, they've all been my favorites. I wouldn't have done them if I didn't think that I could bring something new to it that the audience hadn't heard before.
Yeah, I gotta say, you absolutely killed the Shaka tune, man. I mean that.
Oh man, thank you.
Oh wow. Oh my, that you killed it, man.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. Listen, I guess I should have jumped up on stage with her and Stephanie Mills the other day, and
Yeah, right.
kind of like in everlasting love. Come on, baby, got to give you. Come on, honey, in everlasting love.
Oh, you saw that too. You saw that.
I think everyone saw it.
Yeah, everybody saw
Oh,
that
man.
one.
Yeah,
Man.
I love her. I love her. But yeah, man, yeah.
Who
Wow.
would you like? Who would you like to do verses with?
I don't think it's a matter of who I'd like to do versus against. I think it would be what the public would like. I mean, it's odd, man. There's so few artists that started when I started that's still working or still doing something. I mean, for some strange reason, I mean, in some cases, some people have just passed away. So, that is what it is. But some of the artists,
Let me throw a name at you, Will. Freddie
okay,
Jackson. Freddie Jackson.
everyone says Fred. Everyone said, and I'll call him Fred. I call him Fred. I like to nudge him. Fred Jackson. Yeah, he's he's actually my daughter's godfather. So yeah, me and Freddie, we talk about it all the time. I think it would be a nice matchup. He's had more hits than I've had. I mean, Freddie had a ton of number one smashes. But hey man, I'd love to get up on stage and make it do what it do, and let the public decide. Come on, let's go. Knuckle up.
I hear you.
Knuckle up,
That's
fool.
right.
Let's go, fool.
Yeah, man.
I want to change. I want to change paces a little bit. Something kind of near and dear to me. My dad passed away about 20 years ago of heart failure. And I read that that's something that's near and dear to your heart. Can you explain your involvement in the American Heart Association?
Yeah, years ago, the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, they were trying to up their profile and also to raise awareness in the African American community with Black folk. All right. So they were
Yeah.
calling upon artists and they were calling upon actors and things of that nature to kind of do like these public service announcements. So they'd have you come in and you read this thing and, you look at the camera and in hopes that it would motivate someone to kind of raise their awareness as far as heart health is concerned. All right. So they called me to do one and I was reading it and it kind of hit me, because my grandmother, when I was very young, had a massive stroke. So we would go see her every summer. She lived in the South. I live in the Northeast in New York. And we would go every summer to go see her. And I remember her being this vibrant woman, always up and doing her thing. And then she had this massive stroke and we would go visit her. And she was basically, incapacitated. She was, just always laid out, in a hospital bed, but in the house. And so, I mean, that hit me in my heart, man. So when I'm reading this thing, I said, man, I'm going to take this to heart. So we started doing something to raise awareness along with the American Heart Association, and we called it Strike Against Stroke. Now, back in the day, you ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe this. But I used to be a great bowler. All right. So
Wow.
we used to, yeah, man. Yeah, and I said great. I'm exaggerating.
Wow.
300, huh?
we all exaggerate. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but yeah,
That's like a fisherman there.
yeah, right. I caught a fish this big. So I used to bowl a lot when I was, younger. And we decided to do this thing called Strike Against Stroke, hence bowling, strike, so. And what we would do is we would do these events across the country. We'd rent out a bowling alley. We would work with the local radio station, whoever it might be. Say if it was here in New York, we'd work with like WBLS. That's our local station. And what we would do is we'd have people come out to the bowling alley, come have fun. But the American Heart, American Stroke Association come out as well. They do screenings. They give out pamphlets. They, raise the awareness that way. So it was kind of fun and educational at the same time. So that was my contribution to the American Heart Association.
Wow, that is great, man.
That is fantastic, Will.
Got to give back. Got to give back, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
good,
wow.
man. So,
Wow.
Will, I want to just take you a little bit further back to this music thing. I know you've been in this is your 25th album. When you write, has there been a particular song that has a lot more meaning to you that you've written about from experience than some of the others?
Well, I mean, there's been a few like that. I mean, A lot of the songs that I've written have been experiences that, are personal experiences. So songs like Sorry I, that's a personal experience. That's something that I literally went through,
Mm.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's better out than in, and if you have an
Yeah.
outlet,
Yes,
you
sir.
should write about it. And the thing is with songs like that, people can identify with it, and when we recorded that song, and I say we, me and a gentleman named Rex Ryder had written that song. When we started writing that song, um, I was going through hell, and it was very therapeutic for me. And oddly enough, when I finished writing it and we released it, the letters that would come in were unbelievable. Like, some women were mad because, it was written the way it was written. And some brothers was kind of like, yo, man, were you there? Like, were you looking in my window? Like, so those are the songs that, are near and dear to me, to the ones like that where people are genuinely moved by it. Or if I have a song like God is So Amazing,
Mm.
that's a song that I'd written when I was really ill. I was ill back in 2006, 2007. And, the doctors had told my family, like, hey, I don't know if dude gonna make it. At the time
Wow.
I had, oh yeah, yeah, I had like a serious, I was already down from something else called polymyositis. That was one thing. But then I developed pneumonia, and I had all this fluid in my system, and
Oh
they
boy.
kept giving me antibiotics, but the antibiotics weren't working. They were like, "Hey, he got to cough this stuff out." It was like just phlegm, and I didn't have the strength to cough it out. And they were kind of like, "Yeah, my man might be, I don't know. We'll get this stuff out of him. He don't cough this stuff up. This could be it." And so with that time that I had, what I thought that I had left, I called a buddy of mine who's a keyboard player, his brother named Noel Goring. I said, "Hey man, come by the crib." And he had like a little keyboard, man. And we sat there and we wrote this song. So this was kind of like, my last, testimony. Like,
Wow.
hey, regardless
Wow.
of what happens, God is so amazing. So, we
Yeah.
wrote it out. And so when I hear that song to this day, obviously I made it, but I hear that song and it just, it touches me. And hopefully it does the same for others that hear it.
Wow,
Wow,
man.
man, Will,
Wow.
that's a powerful testimony, my man.
Yeah, it
Hey,
is. It
man.
sure
Hey, all I
is.
can say is God is so amazing. So
Yes,
we're
he is.
here. We're talking
Yeah.
about it. I'm here for a reason. He woke me up today. There's got to be a reason why. He didn't wake me up to kick my butt. So it's got to be something positive,
That's sure right. Yeah.
So it's got to be a reason why. So, I try to make the best of my time here. And if it means encouraging others with writing a song, then that's what it is.
Wow,
Man,
man.
Will,
Wow.
you're traveling, you're touring, um, keeping this pace up. Where do you find balance, man? Like
Yeah.
this been
Yeah.
a
Good. Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
a journey for
That's
you.
good.
You're really legendary in this
Hey,
game.
man. Thank you,
Uh,
brother. Thank you.
but to
Yeah.
be able to keep it up, where do you find balance?
When they send those bills to my house,
Go. Yeah. I hear you.
and listen, man, I know people that have real jobs. This ain't no job. I get up, I get on the stage, we travel from city to city, we get up on the stage. I sing for, 75 to 90 minutes or 75 to 120 minutes, 2 hours. I may do that, two times in a week. I know people that get up every day at, the dawn's early light and don't get home and until, the sun goes down. I know
Hmm.
people that lift rocks for a living. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
work,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I ain't complaining.
I know that's right. Yeah.
It's a good life, man. And I've been able to sustain making a living at this and supporting my family and paying my bills. Or I call them Williams. They too big to be bills. They too big to be abbreviated. So I make enough money to pay my Williams. you know, and,
I know
and I
that's
and I
right.
hey man, I give thanks to people like you guys and the people that are watching right now for being the sustainers of that, for being supportive of me and my music all of these years. So I'm grateful, man.